Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Wild Brothers here, and today I'm going to share a little bit about what add-ons I've been using. So first we're going to go on to the non-PvP stuff, but it's just nice to have. So first things first is auctionator. Now your auctionator is used on the auction house, obviously, and it's just for ease of access really. If you've never had it before, get it, it's worth trying. It's so quick to just put stuff on the auction house, take stuff off, buy stuff in bulk, check your price has not been undercut or anything like that. It's brilliant. Now the second one is bagon. Now this bagon add-on is this bag here, which puts all my bags together. Instead of having small little ones and it gets a bit messy, you get one big uniform bag which you can move around, whatever you can do. Okay, so now let's go on to his PvP stuff. So first thing we'll talk about is the CLCRET. Now the CLCRET is this thing here. As you can see, they are red because I am out of combat range. Basically means that the bigger one is the one that you need to use next, and your smaller one is the one that you're going to be using secondly. So if I just do you an example, if I press judgment, it comes on with that. If I then press that, it comes on with that. If I go in combat range, now did you see how when I wasn't in combat range it swapped to my judgment. Inquisition's next because obviously I've propped 3 holy power. Back to judgment. Exorcism, back onto this. If I now go into close combat, it does change the colour of it. So I guess it's kind of useful how it's saying like, look, you're not in combat, so if you're in that, you will be starting to do melee damage as well. So it is very useful. It does include Holy Prism, it does include Hammer of Wrath when they're under 20%, and it also improves Templar's Verdict when you've got your Inquisition propped and you've got 2. So if I do that, and I do that, I've got max, do that, it's telling me to use that. Judgment, again with that, and we'll use it again. So it doesn't tell you to use your Templar's Verdict when you get to 3. Basically what this does is it improves the amount you can use without waiting for cooldowns. Basically if I used my Exorcism and that, now I'm dry, now I'm waiting for cooldowns until one procs. If you always do this, you should really always have something procced at all times, so that's good. Right, this does need a bit of work after you've downloaded it. When you've downloaded it, you want to go into your interfaces and find it, CLCRET. Now there's a little plus here. If there's no little plus, just reset it and come back onto the screen until there is one. So if you press that, it comes onto this. You can change your appearance on it and everything. You can move it around. First lock frame, so I can put it nicely above the. I'm just moving it out of the way so you can see everything. It does like overlook everything, so it's kind of remaining that way. But if you want to your rotations, you want to be copying and pasting this into your rotation bar. This basically changes how it works to prioritize certain things over other things. Like obviously INQ means Inquisition, so when you've got your Inquisition, it comes up first. That's your priority and stuff like that. So if you copy and paste this into your thing, this will work perfectly. It is in the description on how to search for this add-on, and obviously this code will also be in the description, as I don't think it's very fun copying it from a video, so you can just quickly copy and paste it in and you don't have to worry about it. Do tell you what they do mean here if you do want to do a unique one, if you want to do your own one, but obviously this one's tried and tested, so if you just want to get it running, use this one. So that's basically a CLCRET covered. It's very useful. I'd advise to have it as a ret paladin. It's very useful, and it's quite nice to have it. Looks nice and everything. Okay, so let's move on. Oh, sorry. Right. So thirdly, I have recount. Now, if you press /recount showing, it'll come up with your little box here. You can move it across to damage done and everything like that. DPS. If you press this, you can go on overall fight and current fight. And it basically tells you your DPS. If I do a few moves, you can see that it's increasing or whatever. If I stop doing moves, it'll start decreasing. Now this is very good for PvE. It's the main thing to use in PvE, so you can see everyone's damage. But I like using it in PvP as well, so you can see how well you're doing compared to the other people that's playing for like battlegrounds and stuff like that. And what's good about it is if I just do a few damaging moves here, just get one of them in, Now if I click on it, it comes up with this graph. Now this graph is from the time when it started recording data. This is what I've done. It records every attack. So one overall fight, just so we don't get lost. Right, so obviously Censure and Melee were my two best moves, followed by Templar's Verdict. Right, so it tells you every single thing you've done, the percentage of damage it does, how much actual damage it did, how many times you've procced it, and if you highlight it, tells you like how many times it's been parried, crit, and hit, or anything like that. That's its tick, that's its crit as well, so it does calculate all your dots as well, so it's very useful if you want to really get into details with your moves and find out which ones do exactly how much damage in your rotation. So it is good for getting very in-depth on your damage, I feel. So now we'll move on to Battleground Targeter. I'll quickly put a picture up here so you know what it looks like. Now Battleground Targeter is good for rated battlegrounds and normal battlegrounds. Now basically it means you can target any enemy on the field anytime. So it's good for quickly knowing who you're against, how many healers, whatever. It's also fully customizable. You can make it so you know what the rogue spec is, if he's in range, if he's not in range, how much health he's on, is he dead, anything like this you can do. So if you're fighting a warrior and a healer pops into range, he'll pop up on range on your battleground target. You know he's down over there, go and attack him instead of warrior. So battleground target for rated battlegrounds is a must, and for randoms it is just useful. So now we're going to go on to tidy plates now. So again, interface, let's just close down this. Now here's tidy plates for damage. Now it's got quite a lot of things that you can change on it to make it look differently. Basically when you're in combat it comes up with all the nameplates, it makes all the writing, anything like that different. You can change the colour of it to people that are in threat, to people that are attacking you, change it to people that are just their class. By class it can change colour, percentages and stuff like that. Anything like that you can do with tidy plates, makes it look a lot nicer than the standard text, I feel. So that's a good one. Now next, if you see all my bars and stuff, they're in a quite unique way. I'll say that. It's called Bartender4. Now this is it. First thing you can do on it is you can get rid of your Blizzard art if you choose to want to do that. But you probably will if you're going to be moving them all around, because it's just getting in way there. So take it off. You got all these bars to play with. Enable and disable them if you don't want to use certain ones. Now you can make the scale, the buttons, more buttons, make them so it's like stretches out the buttons or anything like that, so you can customize every single thing. As you can see, don't really need them. They're not, obviously you need to press them at the beginning of every arena, but once you've pressed them you only need to press them a few more times, so they're not as important as seeing your cooldown for your fist adjusters and stuff like that. I've got my burst macro here, which then uses all these, and then I know what the cooldown is on them, but they're not really in the way. They're quite kind of out of the way. Like my bag and stuff are up here. I don't really need to get to them while I'm in combat, so if I get them nicely away, that's good for me. So that's Bartender4, and that's basically it really. Okay YouTube, so I hope some of these add-ons have enlightened you on downloading them and getting them for yourself. I really hope that it's helped anyone out in any way. If it has helped you, please leave a comment saying what it's helped you on. Leave a like if you actually liked the video. You're more than welcome to leave a comment if you didn't really like it. Tell me things that I can improve on for later videos or anything like that. So once again, thanks YouTube. See you later.